Tough pass to make, and Jefferson runs it down. Can't quite save it. Out of bounds to Oklahoma. Spalding is on the floor along with Eric Martin. Michael Johnson is playing with 3. Najera, who got into early foul difficulty but has come on strong of late. And Ryan Humphrey, the 5 on the floor for Oklahoma. Arizona counters with Terry and Bramlett. Michael Wright, there's an air ball. Spalding can't come up with it. Saved to Jefferson. Offensive foul, player control variety. It'll go back the other way. There's an example of that discipline on the defensive end.
Yeah, and Reuben Douglas really didn't have anywhere to go that time. Looking for something that wasn't there. He made the $100 move and the $5 shot, which resulted in nothing. Got to get the ball in Jason Terry's hand in that situation.
Really have to be impressed with how Oklahoma has stayed in this game, not shooting particularly well from two-point land, doing a much better job in the second half from downtown.
Hard work can compensate for lack of play, and that's what I see happening in Oklahoma right now. They're executing well, but they're kind of controlling the tempo somewhat.
No doubt. Terry, a runner, Bramlett, the follow. Another opportunity. This time he's fouled. Just too much size. Eric Martin was down there to make contact with him.
Bramlett very strong on the offensive board. As you see, he's always around. He goes up once, twice, and on the third try, he goes to the charity strip.
Misses the first. First team all packed in out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. One of the many communications majors, so yet another power forward a few years from now I'll have to deal with. Kellogg, then you.
I followed Kellogg. That was my idol. But not only do I have to play against him in the NBA, but following his footsteps as a broadcast analyst.
Najera. Nice work by Eduardo there, creating his own space for that shot.
Well, under control, good footwork, nice little jump hook from the baseline that's very difficult to stop. It's been a move that he's added this year. But when you're under control, things happen.
Nice touch pass inside. Leads to the foul.
Well, Najera is a player, as you can see right here, when he makes his move down into the paint, he's a player that has such good footwork. As you see, turn around, and the jump hook is impossible to block when you're on the move. Here's a second look again. See the spin move and the jump hook? Very hard to get to that if you're a defensive player.
Najera now has 3 fouls, and Wright is called for the foul. Had that wing out there against Humphrey.
And Arizona should be really careful right now with 10 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in the game, because Oklahoma, as you said, Tim, they're only 2 points down, and as the closer they stay, the more confidence they're going to gain down the stretch.
Interestingly, although the tempo of this game has never gotten away from Kelvin Sampson, his team has shot so well from three-point range that the score may manage the 70s before we're done. I mean, we still have more than half of the second half left, and we're already into the 40s. Oklahoma has never led. They tied it at 20. They've kept it close. Oklahoma has kept the game within 6 points over the last 15 minutes, but this may be one of those games where the score is not indicative of the tempo.
And Coach Kelvin Sampson is doing exactly what he talked about yesterday when you and I talked to him. He said, look, we want to bring Arizona down to our level. We want to make them play our style of game. We want to control the tempo, and we want to run on occasion and collectively go to the board. So far, Oklahoma game plan is working really well.
Second tie. The first one was at 20 all. And the Sooners faithful rise to their feet.
Johnson's really done an excellent job of denying Jason Terry. He understands his tendencies, knows which way he wants to drive, so he's done an excellent job of taking the ball out of Jason Terry's hands.
Bramlett. Wright was over the back. That's his third. Arizona fans disagree. I tell you, what we're seeing, James, is a basketball team that on the defensive end of the floor is overachieving at every position.
They are, and you can tell that Coach Sampson really had them focused on Arizona's tendencies because they're taking away the passing lanes. They've been able to get some key steals, and they're collapsing and congesting the middle, and they're also doing a pretty good job on the defensive board, not allowing Arizona too many offensive boards. I know they've gotten a couple, but overall, Oklahoma's done a good job of executing their defensive plan.
Justin Wessel into the game, claiming the rebound. So Wessel joining with Bramlett, Michael Wright, Travis Wilson, the freshman from Moline, Illinois.
You see Michael Johnson on a denial. He got him forced way out.
Terry finds the avenue. Wright on the offensive glass. Basket's really difficult to get on the offensive end.
And that's something that Oklahoma cannot afford to do. They're playing such good defense in their 35 seconds. They can't afford to give up offensive ball.
Humphrey. Top of the key extended. He can get it done. He has 11.
Well, he might not be able to hit the 17-footer, but if you get him the 15-footer, he feels a lot more comfortable with that shot.
Well, when he's clicking, they're a much more formidable offensive team, and you can understand why. That's a block against Heskett.
A.J. Brown is doing an excellent job of trying to get position, but look at Najera come in and play physical defense against Bramlett, disallowing him the position that he wants in the low post.
Playing within the parameters that the game will allow. Terry rejected by Najera. And Wright barely able to pick himself up after landing on the small of his back. Terry has been limited to 3 for 12 shooting games, and of course they've done the job on Bramlett since very early in the game.
They have. They've done a pretty good job ever since Bramlett hit the 2 inside shots. And Michael Johnson, I can't say enough about what he's doing. The intangibles, denying, pressuring, forcing Terry where he doesn't want to go and forcing him to some tough shots.
One more foul on either Johnson or Najera would be their 4th. Najera from Chihuahua, Mexico. He is the big dog for Oklahoma.
He's a total package for the Sooners. He's done it all today on the offensive glass. Good defense. I think his defense has really got him energized on the offensive end because so far tonight he's going to stop it.
Bramlett on the offensive glass. Gets the foul from Humphrey. First lead of the day for Oklahoma, and Najera got it for them.
Well, Najera from the pass from Johnson, stepping back behind the arc, knocking it down.
So difficult when you're having to guard so many that are taller and bigger to play with the same kind of energy and enthusiasm on the offensive end.
Yeah, it is. Particularly when you're guarding a player like Najera who plays physical inside, and if you're an inside defender, you're looking for him around the paint. All of a sudden, Najera pops out behind the arc. He has 14 points and 11 rebounds. So with that slow start, look at what he's been able to achieve.
.738 remaining. Oklahoma at long last has a lead. 49-48. Oklahoma with a 1-point lead. Emmy Award winner John Larroquette returns to television as Royal Payne, an innkeeper with an attitude. Don't miss the series premiere of Payne Monday after Raymond on CBS. Lute Olson, a national champion 2 seasons ago, lost to Utah. in the NCAA tournament last year en route to Rick Najaris's run to the Final Four and to the championship finals against Kentucky. And you can definitely point up a line of comparison between the defense that Oklahoma's thrown out there and the tempo control of this game